Today is the day and we're getting a new watch. Stick around to see what it is, probably the title already gives it away. Anyhow, I am excited and you can come with.
How long have you been waiting for this watch?
I think 2 years about, more or less. Probably even less actually. See, I was there end of last year. I was checking out other watches because I do like collecting watches. I just don't like buy watches all the time, but every now and then. I was showing interest in another watch, and that's when the person who's working in the store, they have a huge watch store there. Like he told me, hey listen, I see you're a collector and not a reseller, right? So how about that? I just bump you up in the list and I mark you essentially as an important customer because I understand that you're not going to resell it. You're just really into watches. And I was like, yeah, that's correct, because literally that is what it is. And that's why instead of waiting for probably something like 4 or 5 years, I'm now able to get it in less than 2 years, probably 1.5, something like this. I think also that it's really important when they sell these watches that they don't sell them to someone who resells them, because Rolex itself, they really want to avoid people reselling their watches. I'll tell you something else in a minute. I don't want to spill all the beans right now, but there's something with the price also that's interesting.
Are you excited about it?
Heck yeah, I'm excited. I love how that is exactly the watch that you told me that you wanted to get. Coincidentally, a few days later, I'm actually getting it.
Yeah, life is life.
Dude.
What is the best Rolex model you like?
Oh, that's an interesting question. There are a few ones that I like. I like the Rainbow Daytona. Right now I'm wearing a Daytona. It's the Paul Newman Daytona. Rainbow Daytona, the dial, not the dial, I'm sorry, I forgot the word in English. The thing around the dial. Set with diamonds, and these diamonds are in different colors. This one I like a lot. However, it's, I don't know, a few $100K. And that's more than I would like to spend on a watch. The other that I like a lot is the Platinum Daytona. That's also a great watch. And that's something like $100K, probably a bit more. Honestly, every kind of Rolex or other watch like that is just crazy expensive. There's a German YouTuber that once said, is Rolls-Royce worth the money? And he said no, because it's just absolutely insane how expensive Rolls-Royce is. And it's the same, I think, with watches. Is it really worth the money? Sure, you can argue with investments and whatever and prices climbing up, but then these watches also, they could drop. Right now they're basically in free fall, right? So I'm getting this watch now cheaper than it is in a gray market, but it could just as well in half a year or so be that the gray market is cheaper than getting it from the dealer. So I wouldn't consider it a proper investment. Like, it's too speculative. Yeah, it's just crazy to put this much money into watches while you have a watch in your phone, technically, right? I think for men, watches are so interesting because watches are more or less the only real jewelry that men can wear at all times. If you have rings, sometimes it's too much. Also, it's really hard to make rings look good. It's not super hard, but many men get it wrong. But with watches, it does not matter. They just always go. Many people that like watches, for men, it's just a thing to connect with other men. It's a symbol where they can show others that they care about success or money or the superficial stuff, but also the technology behind it. Some people are really into that. Ultimately, I think when you talk to a stranger at a business event, for example, it's a really easy way to know what to talk about, because you can just talk about that person's watch and it's always a great opener. If someone wears a watch and you go there and you say, oh, I love your Audemars, or I love your Breitling, why did you decide to get this? Then people love to tell their story and talk about it.
Okay, so let's go and get your watch.
Fair enough. I guess. Get lost here. When you go downstairs to the level that we're on right now, it all looks the same. Left, right, it's just this kind of thing here, but it's like several times this. We'll find it. If you look at the watch that he's wearing, it's the Deep Sea. It's similar to the Submariner, but it's a lot thicker and it can go deeper in the sea.
Congratulations.
Thank you. See, I love this because this is such an everyday watch for me. This watch is also an everyday watch, but it's much more exclusive. Like this, I can easily wear with a sporty outfit. This, not so much. That's why I love it so much. And that's why I'm happy. For many people, it's the first watch, and rightfully so. But it took me 5 watches before I got to this, because these other watches were, for different reasons, more what I wanted at the time. But now, I'm happy to call this my own. So he's gonna get some back, I'm actually not even sure, and then we're gonna go drive home. Well, I'm gonna drive home. You live around here. Well, not you, but you, Mutu. Oh, now I said your name. People are getting to know more and more about you. Alright, so it's been about 2 or 3 weeks now since we got the watch. Let me tell you, a lot has happened since then. First of all, before I tell you what happened, make sure to be here when we publish the video about my full watch collection, because I'll show you my tiny 120k watch collection next. Now, let's get back to this one. Also, the link is in the bio. Also the video to the watch collection. Also the link to the video, Also, the link to the video with the watch collection is in the description. If it's not live yet. So, the Submariner. I've worn it once, I think, in the last 3 weeks. First, I was torn whether I want to wear it or not. At first I thought maybe not, but then again I thought, why would I get a watch and not wear it? And also it's a Submariner. It's not like watch that is like a super like a collector's watch. It's just like the casual Submariner. It's too casual for me, and I didn't think of that in advance, like, because my other watches fit my outfit better usually. For example, for the outfit that I'm wearing right now, I would usually wear my Cartier, and this one, the Submariner, actually works also for this outfit. But I don't know. I'm thinking about what to do with it, and I'll probably just let it sit. Now let's discuss how I got this watch faster than everybody I know. Okay, see, the biggest issue with watches like this is that everybody wants them, because when you resell them, they're worth more. Rolex actually, and also other manufacturers, they control the reselling market. They check it. If you bought a watch and it's on for auction like right away, then something's wrong. Now, not only don't they like you anymore, but they also don't like the vendor as much anymore. So essentially, if a vendor sells watches to people that sell them then to others, that's causing issues. Therefore, vendors are really careful with whom they give their watches to. Usually this takes like 2, 3, maybe 4 years for some people. Some people might never get it. The way it works is that the vendors have like a list and they like go from name to name. But also you can do things to bump your name up in the list, so you're actually the next one to get it. Here's how I did that. So this one I paid 9.5 roughly, right? I think I actually ordered it for 7k, but I forgot when I got the call to collect it. The vendor said it was 9.5, so that's probably what it was. But also I feel like I remember I got it when it was 7.5. Never mind. So to get a better spot in the list, you can do so many things. And primarily, I'll also talk about this in watch collection video. You can buy other things like watches with less demand or jewelry in general. You actually become a more and more important customer to that vendor. That helps a lot. But what also helps is if you literally have a connection with the vendor, with the person, with the shop, then they also bump you up the list a little bit. And specifically in my case, what I did was I went to the store and I do want to buy another watch. That other watch is actually a Reverso. So JLC, Je Gère le Coudre Reverso. It goes for like, I don't know, 30-40k or something. So I wanted to buy this. I don't want to buy it yet, but I do want to buy it. And at some point I might buy it there. I discussed this with the vendor, and we connected right away, and we really felt good about each other. And he understood also that I was a serious collector. The collectors are usually the customers that spend the most money, naturally, right? So he bumped me up the list because that benefits him. In the end, what happened is that he told me at some point, hey, I see you're a collector and I like that. Let's put an order in. And then I said, you know what? I do have an order in already. He checked it and he said, I'll leave a remark that you are a collector and very interested, right? So what that literally means is give this guy the watch ASAP because he's gonna spend more money. I'm a good customer for them, and therefore I get benefits also. And that's how you can get watches faster. Just don't pretend you want to resell them. Don't resell them. Just be a good customer, be interested, be friendly, and show that you're actually there for the watch because you want to keep it. So if you want to know why I got this one specifically, if you want to know more about the watch itself and my other watches in my collection, then come back for the next video because it's going to be the watch collection video. You'll find the link in the description if it's live already.